So how did you meet these people?
They were in Camp Casey too, and they noticed they walked around and didn't see their cousin's name here and wanted their cousin's name put on. And I don't know if it was a recent death or if or if this individual, or victim, had been dead for a while. So, but now he's, amongst everyone else here.
If we can get everything cleaned, the trash out, and our resources organized and inventoried, then we can begin to take bins, pack the bins for the buses, pack what we need for the Peace House, and then get everything else for New Orleans. So we might want to think about. So again, we've gathered here to honor those who have fallen in Iraq. And perhaps we can hear the names for who all the candles have been placed and our loved ones who have passed in this war. We could call out those names now.
Darius T. Jennings.
Thomas Robbins. Juan Torres. Lorianne Pistewa.
Casey Sheehan. Michael Mitchell.
On all the convoys, we'd always be throwing food out the window to kids, but sometimes they would tease him with it, you know what I mean? They'd be holding out an MRE and then just keep reaching it back, and little things like that.
But I do that with my daughter, here's some food. I mean, what's wrong with that? I mean,
I don't agree with it. These are kids that are starving, It's like, I don't know, it's like if you see someone sick and you don't try to help them, if you don't try to get them medical care, if you see some starving children and you're teasing them with food for your own pleasure, that's kind of sadistic. You're supposedly out there bringing them liberation, and when you got to kick in their door and hold a gun to a 6-year-old's head so the father will talk, that's definitely not freedom. in my unit, we had the most suicides of all the units that were over there, which was kind of an eye-opener for me, which is like, well, I don't want to commit suicide, but I can actually see the reasoning behind it. So it's not, you know, when you start realizing that you're not so far from where their frame of mind is, and you know, you really question what you're doing. In order to do your job and help protect your brothers and sisters, you got to take all emotion and conscience aside and set it aside and make you numb yourself. And then part of the triggers of PTSD is coming back and trying to learn how to feel emotion again. You know, I lost my wife over it because she didn't know me anymore, and I was just like, you know, I don't know how to feel love anymore. You know, I'd really like to, but.
Darren J. Cunningham. Michael B. Crawford. David L. Waters. Melissa Velez. Jeffrey G. Green. Sarah Pavitt. Nicholas Bloom.
Here on August 6th. Some of you were out here with me that day. We actually started right where that bus is. I got off the impeachment bus right there, and we started this 25-day adventure here in Crawford, Texas, that eventually grew to be Camp Casey. We're just over 10,000 people have come through Camp Casey in 25 days.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of more around the country have started their own Camp Caseys. There were over 100,000 people at the vigils that were organized, the candlelight vigils, and we're just very grateful for all the support. I never thought when I started here that I would be sad to leave. I was counting down the days that I would get to go home, and until I started counting down the days that I would have to leave this wonderful place. And I want to ask America, how many of you are willing to sacrifice one of your children so you can pay over $3 a gallon for gas? He has to say really what the real reason was. It was for the oil. Yep. And our children were killed. Our children were killed for that. The people of Iraq and the country lay in devastation. This man needs to be held accountable, and someone needs to be brought to justice for what they have done to the world. And we'll see all of you in Washington, D.C. on September 24th. And I love you all, and thank you all.
This is Ella Carr. She's been at camp for quite a while. And we call her Ella Carr. Her name's really Ella. But we call her Ella Carr because anytime a car would come down the road at camp, they'd yell, Ella Carr! Let's skip! Come on, let's skip! Everybody, let's skip! Come on and get up and skip! Yeah. Skip for peace in the Middle East. Come on, skip for my friend Russell Batiste. Skip, skipping still cool. We gon' skip like we did back when we was in school. We gon' skip.